Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Ghost of Tsushima. I'm Mysterious JG. Similar to last time, I'm sneaking in a single video of this tonight, although that will get me through the end of a week for uploads. I was thinking about this game the other day. Well, it's something I did not realize that I found out, although, well, we won't be able to look at it for a minute. I was in the office today. I usually am teleworking. Today I was in the office, and I usually am pretty busy with work too, but I had a little lull. So I was just kind of looking for something to look at that was safe for work. I went to Wikipedia and was like reading an article about Shingen Takeda. Because, that's essentially the main character of my current Nobunaga's Ambition series. And found out that the farmer that we're using in this game, Farmor, is highly based on Shingen's battle armor. And I did notice that they looked very similar, particularly the mask. But I hadn't really put together that it was like, I just thought that was like a broader style of armor and Shingen's fit into it. But no, that's an interesting little factoid there. The farmer armor that I stayed away from because I think the Sakai clan armor looks better, and also it feels like Jin should be using the Sakai armor when he's being a samurai. Now the story is very much turned away from him following the path of the samurai. But I still like as far as combat goes, like that Gozaku armor, the farmer, is really effective. Because you put things on it that enhance your ability to break guard. Killing enemies with broken guard gives you so much health back, you can just basically just be a frenzied attacker, and you're getting healed faster than they can kill you most of the time. It's pretty sweet. Other thought I had about this game, because I just got done, I'm trying to like get stuff in the can before I go off for surgery in a couple of weeks. And I was recording Wo Long Fallen Dynasty, which like nobody's watching. It's fine. Nobody watched Neo or Neo 2 after the first couple of videos either, but I still enjoyed those. What I've noticed, it's interesting to be playing this and that at the same time, because they're like polar opposites. They're both ostensibly action games about fighting in like medieval Eastern combat using melee weapons with some archery mechanic tagged on. Wo Long Fallen Dynasty has magic. This game has like, ghost weapons like shuriken and stuff, which I guess Wo Long has throwing knives I haven't done anything with. But the main thing is, like, people in the comments are saying this is one of the most beautiful games they've ever seen, and I would agree. But I would agree with the most beautiful part. I'm not sure I agree with the game part. What I've really noticed playing this as a contrast to Wo Long Fallen Dynasty or any of the Neo games or Team Ninja games, those are games where like maybe the story gets your interest, but they're not really trying as hard with the story as I wish they would. But it's about gameplay, and it's about like really challenging battles where you really got to master the controls to be successful. Not that I've done that in Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. But, I mean, by the end of Neo 2, I knew my way around some pretty tough fights. But not a whole lot of story going on. This game has a really good story. I'm really enjoying the story. It's beautiful in its presentation. Its use of... The voice acting is great. It's not just like, quote, it has great graphics like the, dots per inch are high. It's like... They do something I normally kind of frown on, which is like, mimic the limitations of a real-world camera. But they're composing it like the mise-en-scène, to use a film school term from the French. They're composing their images like a film. I mean, the guys are taking the artistic presentation really seriously. But the gameplay is just not that interesting. So, like, what's fascinating to me is that this is a game I'm really enjoying, but it's on the opposite end of the spectrum from... Is the gameplay engaging, or are you just, like, could I just put it in casual mode and just let the game play itself and watch the story? So if you're watching me Let's Play this, hopefully you have some enjoyment of my style of presentation and humor and stuff, because this is very much a game where I'm like, yeah, I don't know that I'll ever play through this game again after I play through it once. That tends to happen with everything I'm LPing, but for this one, it'd be like, yeah, if you're watching me LP this and not buying it for yourself, I think that's fine. And I could see myself going out and finding a long play of this game, where there's like, a person getting through the main story stuff quickly, not doing commentary to distract you, just putting the game up on screen like a movie, and I could potentially find that just as enjoyable as playing the game, and I don't know that that's a compliment. You know, there's some RPGs where it's like, oh, it'll be fun to watch, like, you know, Ald or Zerf or somebody play through and not have to play through it myself while I'm playing other things in the background. But like an action game, it's like if you're just watching it play out, and like if it's just as satisfying to watch it play out as it is to play it yourself, that's probably not necessarily a great thing. That being said, there are rumors that a sequel to this game is coming out, and I'm like, well, it can't be a direct sequel. I don't know how the story ends. I don't know if Jin survives. But no, this is a pretty self-contained incident in history. The Mongols invaded Tsushima Island and this island whose name I'm blanking on, and were driven back. So, assuming that happens before this game's over, that's kind of you could do a game, but it'd have to be entirely fictional about like Jin fighting the shogunate or something. Not that this isn't highly fictionalized, but you know what I mean. The other thing I want to say before we get back into it, and God, I need to get going. I'm only recording one video tonight. I've really been impressed with Yuna as a character. Like, she seemed like they introduced her, and I was like, oh, okay, well, she's just going to help you through the tutorial and maybe disappear. And I hope she doesn't, because I liked the little interaction they had early. And she's not turning into like a generic love interest, although they may or may not end up together. I don't know. But like, your uncle offers, we'll let you. You can tell the Shogun that it was all this woman's idea, and that she created this legend of the ghost, and we'll kill her. There's no way Jin's going for that, but it's true. She is really largely responsible for the legend of the ghost. I think it's interesting the way they've used her. They haven't made her this like unrealistic combat badass, a common woman. Like, she uses a bow and arrow, but she's not like this common woman has like supernatural fighting powers. But they found ways to make her really important to the story, including her own emotional journey with the death of her brother. Like, I've just been impressed. Like, what else have I been spending a lot of time playing recently? Grand Theft Auto. Their female characters suck. I'm not even trying to go off on a whole feminist angle here either, but like, their female characters suck, and there's a lot of really misogynistic humor in it. This game is like taking a woman from a time period where women didn't really have a whole lot of agency, and without making her like this kind of grossly unrealistic fantasy character, they've made her really fucking matter. I've been really impressed with the writing in this game overall. I just kind of wish that, like I said, it was more interesting to play rather than to just watch the story unfold. Reminds me a little bit of Mass Effect. I was never crazy about Mass Effect game mechanics, but the story was so good I was into it anyway. And everyone says Mass Effect 2 was the best. I was like, I like Mass Effect 1. I mean, the combat was a little clunky, but you could free roam. You weren't constantly just, you know, bouncing from one contained combat. Oh, why am I talking about Mass Effect? Let's get on with this game. Because we're going to meet with Yuna and push on to get our gear back. I think I could run, but I think it's a lot more dramatic if I don't. Again, what a visual composition.
They burned everything.
I thought maybe
Still
a chance to witness. Yeah, I mean, if she hid. There's no Mongols here now for us to avoid. We don't have a way to fight them. Well, I guess there might be Mongols for us to avoid. It's a little bit reminiscent of... It's a short sequence, but it's one of my favorite sequences in the modern era, semi-modern era gaming. Man, this game's decades old now. Well, not decades. There's games that I think of as modern that are old. But, like, you remember the sequence in Metal Gear Solid 3 where, you know, Snake jumps off the fucking waterfall and lands in the water, and he's, like, all disoriented, and he basically wakes up, you know, waist deep in a river with, like, the forest on either side, like, on fire. It's the sequence when he meets the Sorrow. It's taken straight out of, like, all the fucking Nam movies of the early 80s. But it's just really good, and this is reminding me of that. Just like the sense of place and the sense of like just complete ruin around us. I guess we can speed it up here.
Kenji said Yuna was at the sacred tree. No weapons. I'll have to stay hidden.
I guess we are going to have a sneaking section here. Reach the sacred tree without being seen. Okay, so it will be a sneaking section. Although I haven't even caught wind of who we're supposed to be avoiding. There do seem to be people in the distance. So I don't even have my, yeah. I liked the fact that you could go sneaky, but you didn't have to go sneaky. Suddenly the game has given us
Storm's coming.
several repeated
Better find Yuna soon.
sneaking sections that are just mandatory. So she's going to be somewhere over there. Oh, that wasn't good. Yeah, I mean, there's no salt on later. Sometimes you just make a break for it and hope you can get by, and it does not work out. But I have no equipment, so I can't, like, equip charms to help me get undetected. I figure the best thing to do is, like, skirt the outskirts. But the outskirts, like, it seems like they gave me one of the most open places to get in. It's the path I'm already walking. This is probably like a specific path that prevents you from being seen, and you gotta find it.
A storm's coming. Better find Yuna soon.
Well, it refuses to tell me exactly where she is. And even with oh, I'm gonna get myself caught here. Right in the middle of all their shit. Because that guy over there is gonna see me if I just move through here. If I try to get behind him, this guy's probably gonna catch me unless you can sneak through this house, and you can't. Yeah, I can't assassinate them without my short sword. Would this work? Okay. This might actually do it.
No.
Oh, that's not good. Is that Yuna's corpse?
Yuna's not here.
Oh.
But these people... The Mongols must have rounded
We,
them up.
we can't be surprised the Mongols are committing atrocities at this point. That's kind of been their whole deal. Okay.
Blood. But no wounds.
Did he just have internal bleeding? Unrelated problem? Okay, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be investigating. They had a little... Oh. What? Come on! I was just poking in the general vicinity of the fires. Whatever, it's still not really punishing me. So that thing is marked, and then it disappeared, and I thought maybe it was no longer the thing to check, but it still seems to be the thing to check.
Blood poured from his mouth. Smells like wolf's bane.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. They're punishing you.
By poison. Now they're using it against us.
Which is kind of... Oh, well, yeah, I guess don't hang out there. Did you get stuck by a poison arrow or just an arrow?
They poisoned me. You're losing in the storm.
You're doing a lot of yelling here. But I guess that was the point our uncle was making, like, if we don't fight them as samurai, we lose. He didn't really get to the idea that, well, they'll use our tactics against us, because the Mongols are already using whatever dirty tactics they can. They just didn't have this particular poison, I guess. So Yuna's gonna rescue us somehow? Yeah, I don't see how else we're getting out of this.
Yuna? Is that you?
I've done it. I've become a summoner. And now she knows that forward is the... Oh. Yeah, you know, Yuna. Yuna. Hey, for newer viewers who are enjoying my channel and want something to watch while I'm in the hospital, Final Fantasy X is... I still think that's the best Let's Play I've ever done, ever think I'll ever do. Despite it having been done on emulator with some very graphical glitches. It's pretty much my magnum opus. I never really tried to top it. I was putting more effort into videos back then.
I thought I wouldn't.
How'd you get me out of there? What the hell?
Use my
Why aren't you the hero?
How did they get it?
I don't know.
By checking the corpses of their own men?
Learned how to make it themselves.
They must have tested it on the people of Kin. Before they burned the town, I saw families lying in pools of blood.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one way to end this. Kill Khotun Khan.
He's taken his army to a stronghold on the coast, Port Izmi.
We'll need a staging camp somewhere close.
I mean, if we drive them all the way to the port and we've got the whole rest of the island, we should have them.
Meet me by the lookout tower when you're ready.
Finish puking blood first. Yeah, presumably she had an antidote for the poison, so... Chogaku Prefecture, the home of yogurt. That doesn't even make sense, never mind. Alright.
Find Yuna.
So I'm back on my super sweet ghost outfit here. Honor and Ash. Yuna says Khotun Khan established a stronghold to Port Izumi. She and I need to find a safe place to rest and plan our next move. I'm looking for, like, if stealth is what they want now, I should be looking for stealth stuff. $10%, 10%, 10%. Health and melee by a moderate amount. Enemy detection speed by 15, enemy detection speed by 10. Main hidden assassinate from grass. Estimators drop additional ammo. I do like that one. So I'm not really gaining a lot of... yeah, if I'm just being sneaky styles, this might be the best setup. Because nothing's really making combat that much better. Other than this one, which was health and melee damage. But I like the ones that are 2 for 1, so I can't really give them up. Kind of fast travel during current objective. Oh, because I was thinking I could warp to base and upgrade this ghost armor. Because it is upgradable. I don't have to use it, of course, but I could reduces enemy detection speed. It's not doing anything for our health or anything like that, but it's reducing speed. And if these things stack, they could get really slow to detect me. Reduces number of kills to get ghost stance. And kills have a 30% chance to identify nearby enemy. So if you just want to use ghost, like if you want to use ghost stance, this is obviously the armor that's built to do it. So the explosive arrows are all over. Got a whole new island to explore. But as I'm not looking for things to do with a drink in my hand, and for the next few weeks, I'm not going to be looking for anything to do during chemo, because I won't be going back to chemo until post-surgery. This isn't the time where I'm looking for
I think I found a better
off-screening to do.
Climb up and look toward the mountain.
Okay, I'll just lip serve whatever you say, lady. You're the boss. Should just save our lives, so.
A hideout. Somewhere by the mountain. Jogaku's pagoda. Sheltered, defensible. In striking distance of the Khan's stronghold.
But highly visible.
There's only one problem. The Mongols have it.
We can fix that.
Let's get the horses.
Let's fix the horses. Alright, let's ninja our way over to these stables.
When I escaped, the castle guards fired on us. They killed Nobu.
Oh, that must be really hard.
These will have to do for now.
That must be really hard. They killed my brother! Yeah, but did you ever ride your brother? Don't ask those questions. A Sashimono banner. Alright, Nobu 2. Perhaps Naga is Japanese for 2, so Nobunaga would be Nobu 2. Naga might mean snake, although in Japanese it wouldn't. So we're gonna have dialogue here, or what's going on? Well, hold on, let me grab this. Let me not grab
Those
that.
people from Qin?
I don't know. The Mongols burned a lot of towns.
If you'd only pursued their army instead of fighting each other.
Why did you surrender to your uncle?
I couldn't let them take you.
That seems like a
My
nice thing to
uncle
tell her.
needed someone to blame.
And I was his first choice.
He was trying to protect me, to fulfill his duty to the Shogun.
I don't know about that Civil War thing either.
And pick up the Khan's trail.
Shimoda's a fool for turning against you.
Yep.
He wanted me to be his son. I destroyed his dream.
By doing the right thing.
Being right doesn't always make things better.
Just ask
Well,
Tucker
that's
Carlson.
what you say.
Sorry. He's on the right. That's. Did she thank us for saving her? I didn't even notice.
And drive the Mongols out. Is there a chance your uncle will forgive
When I was young, Lord Shimura became my father, my sensei, my entire world. I never wanted to disappoint
The
him.
answer I was looking for was,
Have
I
to
don't
hope we
think
can heal
so.
this wound. Whatever happens, his forgiveness won't change who I am.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks I corrupted you.
Well,
I
he's
made
right.
my own choices. Even knowing what they've cost me, I'd make them again. Even if the Shogun brands me as a traitor.
Anyway, let's grab some poison here. Never mind, I've already got enough of it. Figured we should speed it up because the dialogue is slowed down. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to get forgiven, but it's not really... The samurai were pretty stoic once they made these kinds of decisions. But, you would think that Jin has got to hope that he can talk his uncle, you know, around. Doesn't seem like it's a thing that's going to happen, but he's got to try. You know, she almost rammed into some bamboo there. Pretty sure we won't be allowed to fast travel during this. Yeah. It would certainly be handy if we could to get this armor upgraded.
We're close to Chogoku Temple.
There's a fishing camp on the lake. You could scout the temple grounds from it.
Leave the horses here. We'll go in on foot.
Synchronized horse exiting.
The woods here are thick. Good cover.
For us.
And they're long and thick. I like
Safest
these woods.
approach to the temple might be over open ground.
Or frozen lake.
So I guess we'll survey. I guess I don't know that we're finishing this mission before I gotta call it a video, but
They have prisoners.
They'll freeze to death.
We'll free them. Clear the fishing village. Then we take the temple. A signal cannon.
To alert the temple of an attack.
we can just take the fishing village. And only the fishing village. Yeah, it's an ice fishing camp, so... I figured you were still around somewhere. I also thought I had the right stance for you. Kind of hoping I could sneak up on them in that grass and use my new awesome grass powers, but... Well, not new awesome grass powers, but my new thing that allows me to strike unseen from grass, but, Is corn grass? You'll never know, folks. You don't have to do this. Don't know how I'm sneaking up on these two guys. Oh, I thought I was out of... I thought they had been spotted. I guess didn't quite happen that way. Boop. So at least a few arrows, but otherwise that went okay.
They were working us to death.
You're free now.
Get the fuck out.
That's everyone here.
The temple will have stronger defenses. We can't rush in.
Poor
We're
fools.
dealing with.
Or angels fear to tread or something. Alright, well, Yuna thinks she's got a plan. I don't like your plan. It sucks. Sorry. Final Fantasy X-2. Very silly game, but charming and fun in its own way. I don't like your plan. It sucks. Well, Yuna's got a plan, much like Dutch. Let's see if Yuna's plan is less insane than Dutch's. Dutch's plan seemed to involve going out to commit a crime that was going to be profitable, but then stopping in the middle to murder random women or Italians. Oh, Dutch. One of the year's most innovative new chefs, Dutch. Anyway, I'm going to call it here. When we come back next time, Yuna's got a plan. I got a plan, Arthur. See you next time.